Hey there, and welcome to another edition of Kurt's Corner. I mentioned yesterday that I was going to come out today with a video on gun control, but that's going to have to wait a little bit longer because I just read an article in the paper. I don't know if you remember this, but just take a look at this, and I'll see when it's done.
Oh, please.
No, we're done. No, we're done, sir.
Hey.
We're done, sir. I haven't been.
Hey. Hey.
Hey!
Hey.
You're assaulting me! Stop! Stop! I've done nothing wrong!
I have suspended ministry.
I've done nothing wrong! Take my phone! I am happy!
Hey.
This is crazy!
Okay, what you see happening there is a nurse, Alex Wobbles, being arrested by Salt Lake City detective Jeff Payne. And the reason she's being arrested is because she has a patient under her care who's unconscious, who can't sign a waiver. The detective wants to take a blood sample, and by law he can't take a blood sample while this person is unable to give their consent. So rather than follow the law, he arrested her. Okay? Now, please follow me. So I pick up a paper today, and I'm reading it, and it says that he was fired. He had another job as like a paramedic or something like that. He had been fired from that job, and now he has been fired from his job as a police officer in Salt Lake City. So right away, you know where my head goes. My head goes to, wait a minute, this guy falsely arrested a white woman, and they fired him. They frickin' fired him. Now I'm really confused because it seems like now, lately, officers can shoot unarmed black men, whether they have their hands up, whether they're sitting in their cars, whether they're out on the street. If they're selling single cigarettes outside of a convenience store, they can be shot to death, and the officer gets administrative paid leave and is found not guilty and gets his job back. But this guy lost his job for arresting a white woman. And people have no freaking idea why the NFL players are kneeling. Let me tell you what the Salt Lake City Police Chief said in a letter, that he was deeply disturbed by Officer Payne's conduct. He called it, and I quote, inappropriate, unreasonable, unwarranted, discourteous, disrespectful, and it brought a significant disrepute on the department. I could be mistaken, but out of all of the shootings of unarmed people, I have never heard not one police chief use any of those words describing a police officer that shot an unarmed person, no matter what color they are. I've never seen it. So if you can't figure out why these NFL players are protesting, why they are exercising their First Amendment rights, then I suggest you just, take a look inside your heart. This is some effed up stuff right here. I mean effed up. When a cop can lose his job for arresting somebody, but not lose his job for murdering an unarmed person. It's just crazy. And there's no other, there's no other way I can describe it. I am at a loss for words. I am. You know, I say, if Jerry Jones wants to sit a player because they're kneeling, exercising their First Amendment rights, they still do their job, and they all do their jobs very well. Then I go to bed every night praying that next Sunday or Thursday, which is day after tomorrow, that every player on both teams kneels. I pray that everybody in the frickin' NFL kneels this coming weekend. The owners don't have the power here. The players have the power. No players, no money for the owners. And all I would say is, for 400 years, all we want is equal. That's not so hard. That's not so hard. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good day.